The Pelicans take on OKC. That's going to be a 3:30 Eastern tip-off on Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Oklahoma City's minus 12, totals 229. We're 3-0 in our last three chairman plays on my premium page. Oklahoma City 6-0 on the season. New Orleans 0-5. The Pels are allowing 124 points a game. Opponents are shooting 50% from the field against them. And they're facing an OKC squad who's averaging 120 points a night themselves, top 5 in offensive rebounds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averages over 34 points a game, 52% shooting from the field. Isaiah Joe's shooting 55% from beyond the arc. Chet Holmgren's been scratched today, dealing with some back problems. Kevon Looney's questionable for New Orleans. 3 out of the Pels' last 5 outings got over the total. Thunder with overs against the likes of Washington, Indiana, and Houston. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder, minus 12, over 229. Hawks, Cavaliers, 6 o'clock East. Cleveland's minus 6, totals 230. And for a team laying several baskets in this one, Cleveland has been pretty awful against the point spread. They failed to cover in all of their contests this year except for one. When it comes to offensive production, we are looking at a bottom 10 point producing team. They're taking on an Atlanta squad who's definitely been tough against the deep ball. Atlanta's limiting opposing shooters to just 31% from outside the perimeter. More recently, the Hawks got the W in their last 2 straight, allowing only 11 made 3 balls a game. Trae Young still out for Atlanta. Merrill, Allen, and Mitchell questionable for Cleveland. Darius Garland's been scratched. The Cavaliers' last 4 straight all stayed under the total. Atlanta with unders in 3 out of their last 5. Give me the Hawks plus 6, under 230. All right, Grizzlies, Raptors, 6 o'clock East. Toronto's minus 6, totals 238. Both squads with some troubles on the defensive end of the floor. The Raptors are in the bottom 5 in points allowed. Other teams are shooting over 51% from the field against them. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies on the other side, they're giving up 122 points per contest, bottom 3 in guarding the deep ball. Ty Jerome's still out for Memphis. Looks like John Morant's serving a 1-game suspension for being a dickhead. Well, for being himself. Meanwhile, for Toronto on the other side, Jamal Shedd's day-to-day. Jakob Poeltl's still out. Toronto with overs in 4 out of their last 6. Memphis with overs against the likes of Golden State, Miami, and New Orleans. I like the over 238. Sixers Nets, 6 o'clock East. Philadelphia's minus 6, totals 234.5. Philadelphia's 4-1 on the year. Brooklyn's 0-5. The Nets are allowing 128 points per contest. Worst 3-point defending team in the league. Opponents are drilling 45% of their long balls against them. And they're facing the best 3-point shooting team in the league in the Sixers. They're shooting 41% from downtown as a team. Tyrese Maxey's drilling 46% of his long balls, team leader in scoring. Edgecombe, Oubre, and Grimes are making 44% of their 3-pointers combined. Jordan and Embiid are out for Philadelphia. Danny Wolf's inactive for Brooklyn. The Nets with overs in 3 out of their last 5. Philadelphia games went 4-1 to the over this year themselves. I like Philadelphia minus 5, over 234.5. Jazz Hornets, 6 o'clock East. Charlotte's minus 2, totals 238. The Hornets are just 2-4 on the year, playing some pretty bad defense. Their opponents are making 41% of their 3 balls against them, bottom 3 in points allowed. They're facing a Utah team who's averaging over 120 points a game themselves, leading the league in offensive boards. Lauri Markkanen leads the team in scoring. Keontae George with 21 points a night himself. Collier and Kessler still out for Utah. George Niang battling a foot injury as well. Of course, for Green on the other, Green, Williams, and Miller are battling shoulder injuries for the Hornets. Charlotte games went 4-2 to the over this year. Utah with overs in 3 out of their last 5. Give me the Jazz plus 2, over 238. Bulls, Knicks, 7 o'clock East. New York's minus 7.5. Total is 237 and a hook. The Knicks are just 2-3 on the year. Chicago's 5-0. When it comes to defensive play, the Bulls have definitely been tough against the deep ball. They're limiting opposing shooters to just 30% from beyond the arc. And when it comes to grabbing rebounds, well, yeah, the Bulls are also in the top 10 in defensive boards. And they're facing a Knicks team who's definitely had their problems on the offensive end of the floor. They're making only 42% of their field goals, bottom 10 in points per game. Mitchell Robinson's questionable for the Knicks. Ayo Dosunmu's questionable for Chicago. The Bulls saw unders against the likes of Orlando and Detroit. New York with unders in 2 out of their last 4. Give me the Bulls plus 7.5, under 237 and a hook. Spurs, Suns, 8 o'clock East. San Antonio's minus 5, totals 228. Spurs are 5-0 on the year. Phoenix just 2-4. The Suns are having a tough time shooting the basketball. Bottom 10 in offensive field goal percentage. And they're taking on an undefeated Spurs team who leads the league in defensive field goal percentage, holding their opponents to just 41% from the field. And they're also leading the league in defensive boards. They're currently holding their competition to just 103 points a game. Sohan, Cornette, Olynyk, Waters, and Fox are all scratched for San Antonio. Green and Brooks are out for the Suns. Livers is doubtful. Both teams with unders in their last 2 games, respectively. I like the Spurs, minus 5, under 228. Next and final breakdown, Heat, Lakers, 9:30 East. LA is minus 5, totals 233.5. LA shooting just 32% from 3-land, bottom 10 in offensive boards. Meanwhile, Miami on the other side, well, they were held to just 101 points against the Spurs the other night, bottom 10 in offensive turnovers on the road. Norm Powell's questionable for the Heat. Jack Ashonis is out. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, Gabe Vincent, he's going to be out for a while. Ayton's been upgraded to probable. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as today's Chairman Tier Package play on my premium page. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, I like the under 233.5. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me OKC minus 12, over 229. Atlanta Hawks plus 6, under 230. We're 3-0 in our last 3 Chairman plays on my premium page. 67% in our last 28 in that same package. I like the over 238, Memphis, Toronto, Sixers minus 5, over 234.5. Utah Jazz plus 2, over 238. Bulls plus 7.5, under 237 and a hook. Spurs minus 5, under 228. And give me the under 233.5 in that Heat Lakers matchup. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I was telling folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.